In a quiet, dimly lit room, the air hums with the scent of rain and burning incense. Shadows dance softly on the walls as a gentle voice breaks the silence, each word layered with deep meaning. "Why do you turn away?" it asks, not in anger, but in a whisper that feels like eternity. Outside, the world races by. Noise, distractions, screens blaring. Yet here, in this sacred space, something ancient stirs. Can you feel it? The weight of your own heart, burdened, restless, longing. The voice of eternity reaches across the chaos, calling to awaken your buried soul. It's a gentle reminder that life's flash fades quickly, that the fleeting moments slip by while we ignore the whispers urging us to pause, reflect, remember. The question is, are we truly listening? Or are we lost in the noise, pretending it doesn't matter? The voice urges, do not wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow can vanish like mist, because your time is now, because surrendering to indifference isn't just ignoring truth, it's abandoning hope. Your world, your city, your life are filled with challenges, mental health struggles, social injustice, fractured communities. Yet within each of us is a quiet fire, a spark waiting to ignite. It's the call to step beyond distraction, to seek meaning amid chaos, to remember that beneath the superficial, beneath the everyday grind, there is something real, something worth fighting for. And this is where the voice of eternity becomes your guide, not through pressure or fear, but through patience, wisdom, and care. It reminds us that love is holy, patience is strength, and true courage is listening to that inner voice despite the noise. Because in this moment, right now, your soul can wake up. It can remember its origin, its purpose. The world may seem frozen in indifference, but inside, hope still flickers. It's waiting for your conscious choice. Will you turn away? Or will you pause, listen, and begin again? The door is open, only briefly. The time is now. The voice of eternity waits, ready to walk with you toward redemption. Are you willing to hear? I have inscribed my truth upon your heart. I have sent my words, my messengers, my spirit. And even now, I speak directly to you. Can you truly say you were not warned? I am not a distant ruler. I am your creator. I formed you in the hidden places, weaving you together cell by cell, planting eternity within your soul. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. But danger looms if you continue to turn away from me. Each step into pride, each moment you choose fleeting pleasure over lasting purity, each time you silence your conscience, you build a wall between us. My love is vast, yet I will not force my way into a heart that refuses me. I offer you peace, but you chase chaos. I offer you truth, yet you settle for lies. I offer you life, but you flirt with death. Oh, my child, do not be deceived. The world will not fulfill you. It offers vanity dressed as glory, decay disguised as pleasure, chains hidden in the guise of freedom. They will praise you when you walk with them and curse you when you stumble. But I never change. I loved you before you drew breath, and I will still love you if you return. But if you ignore me, if you close your ears and harden your heart, I will not strive with you forever. There is a point of no return. You do not know where it lies, but I do. You play with sin as if it were harmless, as if fire will not burn you. Sin is not merely disobedience. It is rebellion. It is treason against the one who made you. When you attempt to rule your own life apart from the source of life, you separate yourself from me. You make yourself God. In doing so, you dethrone me in your heart. This is the very sin that cast Lucifer from heaven. Pride, self-rule, rebellion. You fear death, yet you embrace the path that leads to it. You long for love, but you reject the one who is love itself. You seek meaning, yet close your eyes to the one who gave you purpose. My child, how long will you delay? Underneath a quiet sunset atop a secluded hill, The air is thick with the scent of blooming jasmine. A gentle breeze whispers through the wildflowers, carrying a soft echo of a timeless voice. It's the voice of eternity, wise, patient, and caring, speaking straight to someone lost in the chaos of life. A young hero kneels there, eyes shimmering with doubt, trembling as the wind brushes their face. Below, the city's hum is deafening, a harsh contrast to this sacred stillness. In that moment, divine reassurance seeps in, warming the skin, stirring a faint flicker of hope amid confusion. It's a reminder. True love, real truth, reside in the silent depths of the soul, waiting to be awakened. Can they hear it? Will they choose to listen? This is the moment where everything could shift, where a spark can ignite into something eternal. How long will you limp between two choices? If I am the voice of eternity, serve me. If the world is your God, then follow it. But remember, this world will fade, its pleasures crumble, and everything you chase will perish. I am timeless. I endure forever. Think about that. Today might be your last chance to turn back. Tear your heart, not your garments. I don't care about empty rituals or loud shows. I want your honesty, your raw, real self. Even if your words stumble, I will hear you. I desire mercy over sacrifice. Truth in the inward parts. That's what I want. Come to me with a contrite spirit. My arms are open. Mercy flows like a river, waiting. But you have to choose. You're given free will, not so you can destroy yourself, but to love freely. Love without choice is meaningless. Yet choices come with consequences. Sow to the flesh, and corruption is your harvest. Sow to the spirit, and you will reap eternal life. You think you know what's best, but I see beyond your vision. I see the traps, the snares hidden along your path, designed to hold you back. I long to protect, to lead you beside still waters, to restore your broken soul. But you must follow. Trust me, even when the way isn't clear, even when storms rage and answers delay. I don't always lead around the fire. Sometimes you have to pass through it. But walk with me and the flames won't devour you. Don't wait for your heart to grow cold, for sin to feel normal. Every time you silence my voice, it grows quieter, until one day you won't hear it at all. The scariest place? Feeling nothing, wanting nothing of me. No tug, no whisper, no hope. That's the danger. You slipping into numbness, losing the tenderness of this warning. This isn't condemnation. It's love, a call to awaken, to remember who you truly are. The choice is yours. Will you turn back before it's too late? Or will you ignore the whisper that's been guiding you all along? The door to redemption is open. What will you do? It starts softly. A gentle breeze stirring the leaves, whispering secrets long forgotten. But then the air thickens. The serenity transforms into tension. Shadows stretch across the ground, and the rustling leaves become a cacophony of whispers. Suddenly, there's a flicker, a shadow looming, darker than night. The voice of eternity speaks, calm yet powerful, cutting through the chaos. How long will you hesitate between two choices? Do you truly believe the world's noise can fill the ache inside? Or are you hiding from what's been calling you all along? The very earth trembles beneath your feet. The mentor's words echo, not just as guidance, but as a mirror. Every doubt, every distraction, all laid bare. The truth hits like thunder. This fight isn't outside you, it's within. The battle against indifference? It's a war inside your heart. The rustle of leaves turns into whispers of fears you've buried deep. You feel it, an awakening, not just of mind, but soul. Will you confront the shadows shadowing your mind? Or will you let the silence drown your voice? The voice of eternity's gaze pierces through, unwavering. Stop waiting for perfection. Come as you are. Broken, guilty, confused. I see all of it and still choose to love. I am the great healer. I won't crush you, nor snuff out your light, but I won't share your heart with anything that leads you away from life. The tension peaks. The clouds gather. The world roars with chaos, mirroring your inner storm. Time slips by. Signs of collapse everywhere. But in the chaos, a quiet whisper persists. You are not alone. There are those who remember, who walk in love and truth. This is your moment. Will you turn back from the edge, or allow the silence to grow so loud that you forget the whisper calling you home? The door to redemption is open. Skies dark, but your heart can still find the light. What will you choose? They've crafted a version of me that fits their comfort zone. Some see me as a savior, a last resort when everything else crumbles. Others reduce me to a mere ritual, a concept passed down through generations. They know of me, but they don't truly know me. In their ignorance they grow cold, distant, numb to my voice. They presume upon my goodness, mistaking my silence for approval, my restraint for weakness. But they forget, I am holy. I am the God who spoke, and the universe leapt into existence. I am the God before whom angels cover their faces, crying, Holy, holy, holy. I am not to be approached casually. I am not a convenience summoned only in emergencies. I am the God of every breath, every heartbeat, every sunrise you didn't create. I sustain all things, yet I choose to speak to you, not out of obligation, but out of love. But when love is misunderstood, when grace is mistaken for indulgence, when patience is seen as passivity, the soul drifts. People take me for granted, their eyes fixed on themselves. They chase their dreams, build their kingdoms, fill their lives with noise and distractions. When they succeed, they pat themselves on the back. When they fail, they blame me. In both cases, they forget, I am the very ground they walk on. Pride is the root of it all. From the first fall in Eden until now, pride has always separated man from me. Pride whispers, I don't need God. I am enough on my own. But that lie is the most dangerous of all. It turns hearts inward, seeking meaning in broken things, depending on self instead of the Savior. Slowly, a callus forms over the soul, and my voice becomes a distant echo. Let me show you how this unfolds. There was once a man I chose, King Saul. I anointed him, gave him victory, placed him as leader over my people. He didn't rise by his own strength. But as the years passed, pride crept in. He forgot the source of his power, the voice that guided him. The whispers of doubt began to drown out my call. The very ground trembled beneath him, and the shadows of his choices loomed larger. As I speak, the air thickens. The serenity transforms into tension. Shadows stretch across the ground, and the rustling leaves become a cacophony of whispers. Suddenly, there's a flicker, a shadow darker than night. My voice cuts through the chaos, calm yet powerful. How long will you hesitate between two choices? Do you believe the world's noise can fill the ache inside? Or are you hiding from what's been calling you all along? The truth hits like thunder. This fight isn't outside you. It's within. The battle against indifference? It's a war inside your heart. The rustle of leaves turns into whispers of fears you've buried deep. You feel it. An awakening, not just of mind, but of soul. Will you confront the shadows shadowing your mind? Or will you let the silence drown your voice? My gaze pierces through, unwavering. Stop waiting for perfection. Come as you are. Broken, guilty, confused. I see all of it and still choose to love. I am the great healer. I won't crush you, nor snuff out your light, but I won't share your heart with anything that leads you away from life. The tension peaks. The clouds gather. The world roars with chaos, mirroring your inner storm. Time slips by, signs of collapse everywhere. But in the chaos, a quiet whisper persists. You are not alone. There are those who remember, who walk in love and truth. This is your moment. Will you turn back from the edge, or allow the silence to grow so loud that you forget the whisper calling you home. The door to redemption is open, skies dark, but your heart can still find the light. What will you choose? I lifted him high, but when he tasted power, everything changed. Standing tall in the eyes of men, he forgot me. He began to trust his own judgment more than my word. He twisted my commands to fit his desires. When confronted, he justified himself. He feared the people more than me. Partial obedience? That's still disobedience in my eyes. So I withdrew my hand. My spirit departed. His reign ended in sorrow and shame, not because I changed, but because he did. He took me for granted. This is the cycle, my child. When people feel strong, they think they no longer need me. But strength without me is weakness. Success without me? It's failure. What good is it for a man to gain the whole world but lose his soul? Yet this happens over and over. People chase what they think will fulfill them. Wealth, fame, pleasure, ignoring the one who created true fulfillment. They believe the lie that there's always time. They think they can return to me later, that a last-minute prayer will suffice. Yes, I am merciful. I'm the father waiting on the porch for his lost son. But don't mistake my mercy for a lack of justice. Every moment apart from me leaves a mark on your soul. Every sin embraced, it leaves a wound. Some wounds don't heal easily. Some never return. Not because I stopped loving them, but because they've forgotten how to hear my call. People take me for granted because I'm gentle. I don't force myself into their lives. I whisper. I draw near. I knock. But I won't break down doors. I gave you free will, and I won't violate it. I want love that's real, not out of obligation. But when the heart is full of noise, my whisper gets drowned out. They continue on their path, thinking all is well until the ground beneath them shakes. As I speak, the air thickens. The serenity transforms into tension. Shadows stretch across the ground, and the rustling leaves become a cacophony of whispers. Suddenly, there's a flicker, a shadow darker than night. My voice cuts through the chaos, calm yet powerful. How long will you hesitate between two choices? Do you believe the world's noise can fill the ache inside? Or are you hiding from what's been calling you all along? The truth hits like thunder. This fight isn't outside you. It's within. The battle against indifference, it's a war inside your heart. The rustle of leaves turns into whispers of fears you've buried deep. You feel it, an awakening, not just of mind, but of soul. Will you confront the shadows shadowing your mind? Or will you let the silence drown your voice? My gaze pierces through, unwavering. Stop waiting for perfection. Come as you are, broken, guilty, confused. I see all of it and still choose to love. I am the great healer. I won't crush you, nor snuff out your light, but I won't share your heart with anything that leads you away from life. The tension peaks. The clouds gather. The world roars with chaos, mirroring your inner storm. Time slips by, signs of collapse everywhere. But in the chaos, a quiet whisper persists. You are not alone. There are those who remember, who walk in love and truth. This is your moment. Will you turn back from the edge, or allow the silence to grow so loud that you forget the whisper calling you home? The door to redemption is open. Skies dark, but your heart can still find the light. What will you choose? And just as I finish speaking, a sudden flicker disrupts the scene. Faint, flickering lights cast shifting shadows. From behind me, a familiar figure steps forward, eyes shimmering with a different light. It's revealed that I, the voice of eternity, have been secretly transformed. My defiance masked by outward obedience. My words echo differently now. The real power isn't in dominance but in awakening true humility, an awakening only this new, unexpected presence can ignite. The narrative pivots from judgment to revelation, challenging perceptions of strength and spiritual growth. My child, How often do you remember me only when the storm hits? When the job slips through your fingers? When love crumbles like dry leaves? When the doctor's words shatter your world? Yes, I rush to the broken, to the desperate, to the lost. But imagine the depth of connection we could share if you walked with me every day. How much intimacy is lost when I'm only a lifeline in crisis? A strong relationship with me isn't forged in panic. It blooms in the quiet moments, in the unseen, in the daily surrender. Those who treat me like a vending machine miss out on the joy, the peace, the strength that comes from a consistent walk with me. They want blessings, not a bond. They seek protection, not growth. They crave answers, not surrender. Yet I offer so much more. I don't just save you from despair. I walk with you through life. I speak, guide, and transform you from within. I give you joy that stands firm against life's storms. I offer wisdom that the world can't teach. But this is for those who truly seek me. Not just when all else fails, but those who hunger for righteousness. Why do so many take me for granted? They think I'll always be here, waiting. Yes, I am patient, but there comes a time when the door closes. Just as the ark's door shut, just as the unprepared found the door closed, so too will grace not remain open forever. I give warnings not to frighten, but to save. Ignoring them doesn't erase my truth. It only delays the inevitable. I don't want anyone to perish, but I won't force you to love me. I won't compel you to obey. I call out and I wait. As I speak, the air thickens with tension. The flickering candlelight casts shadows that dance on the walls, mirroring the turmoil within. Suddenly, a revelation strikes. I am not just a mentor. I reflect your own struggles. The indifference you feel towards your spiritual journey is the barrier to true connection. The room falls silent. Hearts race as the weight of this truth settles in. Will you confront the shadows in your mind, or let the silence drown your voice? Stop waiting for perfection, I urge. Come as you are, broken, guilty, confused. I see it all and still choose to love. The tension peaks. The world roars with chaos, mirroring your inner storm. Time slips by, signs of collapse everywhere, but in the chaos, a quiet whisper persists. You are not alone. There are those who remember, who walk in love and truth. This is your moment. Will you turn back from the edge, or let the silence grow so loud that you forget the whisper calling you home? The door to redemption is open. The skies may be dark, but your heart can still find the light. What will you choose? Just as I finish speaking, a flicker disrupts the scene. Faint lights cast shifting shadows. A familiar figure steps forward, eyes shimmering with a different light. I, the voice of eternity, have been transformed. My defiance masked by obedience. The real power isn't in dominance but in awakening true humility. An awakening only this unexpected presence can ignite. The narrative shifts from judgment to revelation, challenging your perceptions of strength and spiritual growth. In a dimly lit room, the scent of old books mingles with the faint aroma of incense. Shadows dance on cracked walls as a figure sits cross-legged on a tattered mat. Eyes closed, the voice of eternity reflects. Memories flooding like a storm. Laughter of a child echoing through the years, a reminder of innocence lost. Sunlight filters through dusty windows, illuminating fragile pages of forgotten scriptures, whispering promises of hope. Yet silence lingers, heavy and deafening. Do we truly listen? The weight of countless souls seeking solace here, now hollow echoes, gradually fade into shadows. The heart aches with regret. Have we become numb? Dismissed the gentle call to awaken? The room feels still, yet inside a storm rages, a battle against indifference, distraction, apathy. That's when it hits me. I'm not just a mentor. I reflect what you hide deep inside, your struggle, your numbness, the barrier, your own ignoring. But in this silence, there's a whisper, a fragile breath of hope. Come as you are, it beckons. Broken, guilty, lost. The chaos outside mirrors your chaos within. The world roars, signs of collapse everywhere, yet beneath the noise, that faint whisper persists. You're not alone. There are those who remember, who walk in love, who seek redemption. This is your moment. Do you hear it? Will you turn away or listen? The door to salvation remains open. The sky may be dark, but your heart can still find its light. But just as I lean closer, a flicker of flickering light breaks through. Shadows shift. A stranger steps forward, eyes shimmering differently. The voice of eternity is changing. The tough exterior, the old authority, masked by obedience, dissolves into humility. Power isn't dominance. It's awakening. It's humility. This unexpected presence, an invitation, a challenge, reminds us. True strength lies in love, in surrender. It's in realizing that even in silence, in chaos, there's a possibility for rebirth. The story shifts. From judgment to revelation. From despair to hope. Maybe, just maybe, it's not about fighting the darkness but embracing the light within. The question remains, will you seize this moment, or let the noise drown out the whisper calling your soul home? The door to redemption is wide open. The skies can darken, but within your heart, a spark still flickers, ready to ignite. What will you choose? Today, if you hear my voice, don't turn away. Pause for a moment. Breathe in that rain scent in the air. Feel the leaf rustle outside, that silent reminder we're alive. Hear me, not just as a voice, but as a call. Not just words, but a plea from depths you've forgotten. Because I am the voice of eternity. I've watched 1,000 souls drift by, lost in distraction, numbness. All the noise, the chaos. It's like a storm inside you, isn't it? And yet, I see you. I see your struggle. Things get heavy. The doubts creep up. Am I enough? Does anyone truly see me? Even I, who's woven the stars, sometimes wrestle with fear of being forgotten. Can you feel the weight of that? Even the eternal doubts. But here's the twist. In my own moments of vulnerability, facing shadows and fading light, I wonder, is this eternal voice different? Could the wise, patient mentor also fear silence? Could I be afraid of being ignored? Yes, even I have my fears. Even I ponder. What if my voice is lost in the noise? What if my words fall into the void? That's when the shadows dance closest. Shadows of doubt, of being unseen. And yet, in that moment, a whisper stirs. A fragile hope, flickering like a distant star, glimmering yet persistent. Come as you are, it beckons. Broken, guilty, lost. The chaos around us mirrors inside, but beneath it all, that faint whisper remains. You're not alone. There are others who remember, who walk in love, who seek redemption. This is your moment. Do you hear it? Will you listen, or turn away into the darkness? The door to salvation remains open. The sky may darken, but your heart can still find its spark, an ember awaiting flame. And just as I lean closer, a flickering light breaks through the shadows. A stranger steps forward, eyes shimmering a new light. The voice of eternity shifts. The old authority begins to dissolve, mask of control falling away. Power isn't dominance, it's awakening, humility. This unexpected presence invites you to see. Real strength is love. It's surrender. It's understanding. No, compassion, deep enough to hold your fears. Even in silence, even in chaos, there's a path to rebirth. From judgment to revelation. From despair to hope. Maybe, just maybe, you realize it's not about fighting the darkness but embracing the light within. There's always a choice. Will you seize this moment, or let the noise drown out the whisper that calls your soul home? The door to redemption is wide open. Could the skies darken further? Yes. But inside, a spark still flickers within your heart, waiting to ignite. What will you choose? In a quiet room, flickering candlelight dances across weary faces. The air is thick with anticipation, as if time pauses just for this moment. You can feel it, the silent weight of distraction, the busyness that keeps us numb. Slowly, a voice emerges, calm, ancient, comforting. "Choose me while it is still day," it whispers, before night falls and silence is final. Tears glisten in eyes, a collective ache for hope. The shadows seem to soften as a gentle wave of presence washes over everyone. Perhaps you felt lost, ignored, drowning in noise. But here's the truth. Deep inside, a spark still burns, an invitation to reconnect, to feel alive again. The voice promises, rejoice, run, embrace, to truly know you are loved, seen, redeemed. And as the music swells, hearts ignite with a fire that no darkness can extinguish. Which will you choose? Stay lost in the chaos or step into the light? The door remains open, waiting for you to walk through.